What's good, guys? It's Techers FC and we're back again for episode 2 of the Eric Ten Hag Manchester United takeover. We're going to get straight into the action. As you can see on screen, we're on the fixtures list to see what games we've got to play. For some unknown reason, Man United versus Villarreal in the Champions League playoff place first leg. I'm not quite sure why myself or Man United and Villarreal aren't already in the Champions League group stages. It's just the way this game works, with obviously the Champions League licensing not in the game. So with the option files that we've downloaded, we're able to add the logos for the Champions League and the Europa League and stuff, and basically make it into the game. But with FIFA stealing the license into the Champions League and Europa League and UEFA League, the UEFA Europa League, then it's all realistic in FIFA. The groups are what they are in real life in that season, whereas PES and Konami are all different. So unfortunately, we've got to play them. If we qualify from this game, or the two legs, we'll get into the group stages of the Champions League. If we don't qualify, then we'll be demoted to the Europa League. Either way, it's still some sort of European football. We'd want to try and get the Champions League, but as it's a rebuild, we're trying to get our team back into winning ways and winning trophies, going to the Europa League and trying to work our way back to the Champions League. And winning league titles probably isn't a bad idea either, so either way we'll take it. So in this episode, we're probably going to look to play the first playoff game. We're probably going to skip the first game of the season against Leeds. We'll play the second game of the Champions League playoffs, and we'll probably skip the last game against Tottenham and finish the transfer window. So what we're going to try and do today then, guys, is obviously we're going to look to splash some cash and bring some players in. The last episode, players and that got sorted out with who's on the transfer list, who we're selling and who's going on loan. I'm sure I explained last episode about the manual transfers being done, so players like Van de Beek and stuff were at Everton, which was realistic, but obviously if I started to save, then I wouldn't have gotten back in the second season because the transfers were done manually. So I've had to bring players like him back, players like Chong, Andros Pereira and stuff like that, but I've then put them back out on loan, so as I will get them in the second season. So going into the player status, you'll see Pellistri's on loan to Alaves, Gardner on loan to Nottingham Forest. That's fine, I'll get them back in the second season, but I've had to put players like Chong, Van de Beek and Laird back on the loan list. Van de Beek secured himself a loan at Burnley. Chong's about to go on loan. I can't remember where it is he's going, and Ethan Laird also is going to go back on loan too. Hopefully get some of the other players back out on loan. Also, any players that don't go back out on loan that should have been out on loan, I'll just not use them just to keep it fair until the second season. Now obviously I did make a little bit of a short list in the last episode, and we're going to get into that this episode, and I've added a few more players to this list and players that I think would benefit to sign for the team. Obviously we've got players on the pricier side, wage wise and market value wise, players like Pedri at 63 million, we've got Vinicius Jr at 36 million. It's a bit of a steal for Vinicius Jr, but his wage budget is very high, so it's obviously going to be harder to get him in unless we can get some of the bigger players like Pogba and Rashford sold for big money. Other players I've added in here is Locatelli. I just think he'd be a really good fit to the team. He's got a good passing stats, he's got the ball control and the dribbling type possession, he's got a bit of kicking power, he's got balance. Same with Yuri Tillemans, he's just another well-rounded midfielder, solid player. I think he'd be a good fit to the team. Also, he's got decent conditioning, weak foot accuracy, injury resistance. He's just an all-round decent midfielder. He's only 23 as well, so he's got room to grow. He's got the gamesmanship, he's got no-look pass, he's got the through passing, he's got one-touch passing, first-time shooting, long-range shooting, so he's got decent stats and player skills. Another one that I found which is on the cheaper side, which I think would also be a really, really good fit, is Conor Gallagher. Now I believe that he is on loan at Palace from Chelsea, so he should go back to Chelsea in the second season, but like I say, the transfers are manually done, and I didn't go and do every loan manual transfer back to the team they should be at, so as that team's got them in the second season, because I'd be there for hours. So I've just left players that are out on loan, and these teams will fortunately be able to keep these players. So if I didn't sign Conor Gallagher, he wouldn't go back to Chelsea in season 2, he'd stay at Crystal Palace, but he is a player that I could maybe look to bring in. Again, he's only 20-year-old, he's 82 rated, he's got the very, very good ball control, he's got good low passing, he's got offensive. He's got very good finishing at 84, that's very high. He's got a bit of pace and a bit of speed. He's someone that I'd definitely look to bring in. Sandro Tonali as well, he's another player in there. So we've got options there for the midfield. Pedri again, I'd really like to bring him in, but he'd be a very, very pricey number to bring in, 63 million. And again, he's on a decent amount of wage. Players that I think Ten Hag could possibly bring in real life to Manchester United from Ajax, one of them being Gravenberch, a really highly rated young Dutch midfielder, breaking his way into the Dutch national team and having a really, really good season in two with Ajax and Ten Hag. I think he's a really nice, well-rounded defensive midfielder that we could maybe look to bring in. A centre midfielder slash defensive midfielder. He's on the lower price side of 25 million, which isn't too bad. Antony as well, the young Brazilian winger, right mid. Whether he would come right in and slot straight into the team, I don't know. On this, he does only have a 78 rated, but he is only 20. He's got a lot of room to grow. He's got very good acceleration and pace. He's got decent ball control and tight possession, good dribbling and that. Again, only 22 million, a good winger that we can look to bring in. And lastly, as you can see, because Kaname's player evaluations are really out the window and not really what they should be in real life, hence why Vinicius is so cheap. Fabio Carvalho of Fulham, the very highly rated young attacking midfielder who will probably be at Liverpool at the start of next season in real life. He's only valued at 225,000 in the game, which is cheap as chips. It's an absolute steal. Again, for the pace that he's got, the balance he's got in the dribbling. Just it would be stupid to not sign him at that price and that rate, and he is only 19. He's got obviously a lot of room to grow. He's only on 21 grand a week, and like I say, he's going to have a lot of room to grow, and for that price it'd be stupid to probably not take him and at least use him as a youth player or on the bench. So looking at players we're going to probably try to bring in, then he's going to be probably the first one, just being how cheap he is and how highly rated he is. He'd be a good fit, I think, in the Man United team. So we're going to look to start negotiations with Fabio Carvalho. We'll look to just pay off his release fee. Now, as you can see how silly it is, I've offered him 310,000, which again is still a steal, but it says his release fee is only 209, and it says paying the full amount of his release fee clause means that you won't have to negotiate the price of the club. But then why am I not paying 209 and I'm made to pay 310? It's silliness from Konami, but it's just how it is and how it works. So we're going to look to get him in for 310. He's got a good impression of the club anyway, so we'll look to maybe offer him 34,000 a week. He's going to hopefully be our first signing. We'll get that one sent away. Now, again, we're going to need to try and fill the gaps of the players we're losing. So Antony is probably going to be a decent winger to bring in. Gravenberch is probably the one that we're going to look to bring in, and probably Conor Gallagher as well, just for how cheap they are and their wages not being too expensive compared to other players like Vinicius and Locatelli. I'm going to maybe try to bring in one big major star depending on how much money I can make from selling players, whether that is Vinicius. Hopefully I could maybe do that with the money that I make, or a big defender like Eder Militao from Real Madrid. I'm going to need somebody solid to replace Maguire. He's leaving a big hole in the team for bad reasons also, as he is a really garbage player, but obviously we are going to need to look to bring in someone to replace the slot that he's leaving. So hopefully with players that we sell we could look to bring in big players, or a big player at least. So we're trying to kind of go for youth to rebuild the squad, and obviously we're going to try and look to get a transfer in for Gravenberch. He's the one that I think we're going to go to. Paying his release fee, 31 million is going to cost us for a 3-year contract. He's got a good impression of the club, so we're going to offer him 54 million at most. We'll get that deal hopefully over the line. We'll go for Conor Gallagher also from Crystal Palace. I just think he'd be a good addition to the team. He's young, he's energetic, he's enthusiastic, his mentality, he's good work ethic for the game. Again, and only paying at most 12 million for him, 14 it's going to charge us the way the game works. And we'll offer him 63. We'll go with that, and then if after that's done we'll get some deals over the line, we'll probably look to bring in Antony, and we'll see what money we've got left. So that's 3 midfielders coming in, and that will replace Pogba when he goes, Juan Mata, Nemanja Matic, and possibly Fred if we get rid of him. So what we'll do then, guys, is we'll get into this first game against Villarreal. We'll see if we could pull ourselves a result, and hopefully get ourselves into the Champions League spot. Changing the strip then, as you can see we've got the brand new strip. The only unfortunate thing is I don't have the away or the third kit, and I can't add them because Manchester United licensed in the game, so their previous strips are stuck in the game and I can't delete them off. I do believe that we've got the full licensed, or we should have the full licensed strips for Villarreal. We've got their home strip and their away strip. I believe that's their new ones. I'm not sure what's going on with the colour changes on these ones, but we do have at least a home and away, so we'll give them their home kit. We'll use our home kit just with the colour clash. I've already sorted the team out in the way that I want to play it just now, so we'll just get straight into this game. I do believe I'll be a bit rusty, as I've been playing a lot eFootball, and the physics and the graphics of both games are on different levels at the moment, so we'll give this a bash and we'll see how we get on. Out also, guys, is the Dream Team episode 3. If you haven't watched that yet, go and make sure you check that out. Episode 3 of Dream Team. Some cracking goals being scored, some cracking saves being made, and a brand new player being signed to our Dream Team squad. So episode 3 is out, go and check that out. If you're obviously enjoying all these videos and things that I'm bringing to the channel, then be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bell on so you're always up to date with all the content dropping on the channel. This one then, guys, we're getting into it. Champions League playoff place against a very, very strong and very good Villarreal, as we know in real life, in the semi-finals. Had a tough game the other night against Liverpool, but there's nothing to say they can't turn it around when they go back to Spain. And we will look to get this one started then, guys. This will probably be a lengthier episode due to the transfers that we're trying to bring in and the games that are still need to be played. So we're probably going to lose the first 2 games of the season with skipping. We may win them on the simulation, but we'll find out soon enough. But I just want to get the transfer window out of the way so we can get the episodes cracked on with 2 games an episode. So we're underway then, guys. Wan-Bissaka in possession, gives it to Fred. Fred gives it away to Lo Celso. Here's Chukwueze now on the run. Ruben Piena finds Lo Celso again. Good interception and block there. Here's Bruno Fernandes, McTominay, Fred. 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to try and change the settings so as I can have it that I want it so as it shows the player's name above their head. I prefer that. I'm trying to figure out how to do that again. Opponent's name. Display opponent player name. Yeah, so how do I do my own player name? Player name, is that it? Fred, no, see, I need to change that. 2 seconds, guys. It's definitely in here, I'm sure. Radar appearance bottom, player nameplate on, colour, power gauge on, cursor display on, stamina gauge. I'm not bothered about that, to be fair. I'll try and sort that for the next time. We'll just leave it this now. I can't seem to find it, but there is a way to do it. I've got theirs on theirs, but I can't have mine's on mine's, but there is a way to do it. We're away anyway with Fred. Into Wan-Bissaka. He's going to swing a ball into the box. Shorshire's going to try and get up there, but it's a save from the keeper. Keeper sends one long then. Varane's going to try and challenge for this. He gets back in time to win that brilliantly. Luke Shaw plays a ball to Wan-Bissaka. Bursting his way down the line. Finds Fred with a good ball into Sancho. Sancho past his man. Again trying to beat the second man. Loses out to the great tackle there. Paulo Torres gets that away. Here's Albion. Back to Torres. Sends that out wide. Here's Pareo into Francis Coquelin. Gerard Moreno now out wide to Chukwueze. Chukwueze back to Coquelin. Here's Lo Celso now pushing forward. Shoreshire trying to get a tackle in. Is he going to make it? He doesn't. Ball's out wide to Chukwueze. Ruben Pena. Coquelin takes it past the midfielder. It's into Moreno. It's a strike. And it's a great save by David De Gea, keeping in this one. That's a brilliant save by sorry, it's not actually David De Gea, it's Dean Henderson in the goal. That's a great save by Dean Henderson. De Gea was off form this game, so he's not managed to get a start in this one. Here's Ronaldo then to Sancho. Sancho holds up the play, sends the ball in to Wan-Bissaka, looking to cross into the box. And it's deflected away for a corner, and Bruno's going to look to swing this one in. Swings it to the back sticks. Shoreshire on the heads, it's dipping. It's an easy save for a keeper. We are looking to probably use more of the youth players in this save. Maybe one or two absolute stars. We'll still keep Bruno and Ronaldo and things like that, experienced players in the team to work around with the youth, but the plan is to use some youth players. It's a strike and it's a goal, and we are 1-0 down. Villarreal do take the lead in the tie. Pedraza with a goal. He's given them the lead. And away they go to celebrate, and that does leave us in the trouble in this one. Not what we wanted to be seeing, but we are in trouble here. 26 minutes played, and it's 1-0 Villarreal as Wan-Bissaka looks to get forward, sends the ball towards Shoreshire, on the touch back to Ronaldo, and we do get the goal, the equaliser right after them scoring. We do manage to finish it. Cristiano Ronaldo gets me back in the tie just as quick as we're out of the tie. Great ball over the top from Wan-Bissaka, comes right forward with it, sends it over the top. Shoreshire just stabs it into Ronaldo for the assist, and the young man there playing his part, putting it into the experienced Ronaldo and getting us back in this game. Really happy with that then. Getting us back in the tie. Here's Coquelin pushing forward, finds Moreno out wide to Chuck Wazy. McTominay looking to get a tackle in, and doing so brilliantly. Gets the ball to Bruno. He's overdone that as Bruno. Good recovery by Eric Bailly though. Sorry, that was Fred. And again Fred's on the attack. Wee bit of trickery from Fred there. It's Wan-Bissaka again. Away goes McTominay now. Out wide to Luke Shaw. Holding up the ball, looking to spray a through ball away. He's not managed to do so. We've lost out, and Pedraza's on the move now into Dani Parejo. Parejo plays it to the left back, who gets it back, and then back again to the left back. Ball down the line, cut out by Wan-Bissaka just as well. Plays that out wide to Luke Shaw. On the move now, Luke Shaw bursting forward. Where's he going to go with this one? Gets it into Ronaldo. It's CR7 now. He's getting pressured. He's got Luke Shaw almost trying to take the ball back off him. We'll get a bit of luck to keep it. Ball sent to Wan-Bissaka out wide. Does well to get past Pedraza. Fires it back to Fred. Fred's been dispossessed by Coquelin. Is back in possession of Villarreal. Torres to Albion. Back to Torres, and the whistle does go there for half time then, guys. It's been a bit of a sloppy first half. One goal apiece. Nothing to really separate the two sides. All to play for in the second half. 2 shots each, 2 on target, and possession being quite even Stevens. Into the second half at Old Trafford then, guys. Straight on with it. Hopefully we can push on to get this result to keep winning Champions League football. We've obviously got the second leg to go, and if we can't win both legs and we do go out, then we will get Europa League group stages. Again, it's still, like I said, some form of European football, and it might not be that bad due to the fact that we're trying to rebuild this team, because in real life they're nowhere near the standards of winning Champions League football or even probably Europa League football, or winning much trophies at the moment. So the plan is to rebuild them and get them back to the winning ways that we know that they're on. Nice footwork there by Bruno in the middle. A little bit of trickery to get the ball out his feet. Back heel flick. Bruno in the middle. Loses out though. And it's a great through ball to Gerard Moreno. Again, he furthers that onto Chukwueze. Chukwueze's got the breakaway, he's got the strike, and he's got the goal, and the defender just stood off of him. I think it was Varane, didn't want to push onto him, didn't want to attack the ball, and Chukwueze makes no mistakes in finishing that and putting us a further goal down and making it 2-1 in the tie. And as you can see, the fighting spirit of the Villarreal team to push themselves on to get another goal in this tie and keep themselves high up in spirits and put the spirits of our players down. Our heads will be dropping, but we've got to try and keep them high and up and get back on the attack again. Luke Shaw pushing forward again then. Long ball looking for Sancho, back in the middle, but there's nobody there. Fred's going to pick that up, plays it back out wide to Luke Shaw. In the middle to Bruno. We know he can change the game up if he gets a chance. His skills failed, but it falls back to McTominay, who gets it back to Luke Shaw. McTominay's going to swing one in the middle. It's towards Ronaldo. If he can get up there, but he can't. He has been fouled. He's committed offside. Ronaldo offside then. Whistle goes. Calms the play down. Calms the game down. And Villarreal still in the driver's seat. Long ball from the keeper then. Parejo into Gerard Moreno. Can we win that back? Bailly's trying his best. Third time lucky, gets it back. Wan-Bissaka now finding Sancho. Trying to drift away from his man. Gets a bit fortunate that he still holds on to it, and Varane sends the through ball to Luke Shaw. Great ball down the line. Luke Shaw bursting away with pace. Seen the through ball going there to the man in the middle, but I took too long to play the ball and he halted his run after that. Bruno does well to win that ball back for us though. Sends it outside of the boot to Sancho. That's great work. Sancho sends it on to Wan-Bissaka. Can he get a delivery in here? And he does. It's to the back post. It's a great save though. Keeper plucks that out of thin air. No chance. Long ball forward then. Moreno's going to win it. No, he doesn't. We managed to get that on the ground with McTominay. On to Fred, who plays it to Bruno. Back to McTominay with a bit of fortune. Is he going to hold on to it? He does. He gets it into Luke Shaw. He's going to swing this delivery in. Looking for Sancho. Fred, is he going to hold on? He's not, and Moreno's got a chance on the counter here. Or maybe not, because Fred's did really well to win that back. Wan-Bissaka now into Bruno. Bruno's been bundled over by Coquelin, nothing given. Chukwueze now on the attack. Here's Moreno. Back to Chukwueze. Albion to Parejo. Long ball forward then. Varane, is he going to win that? He does. McTominay now. Got a bit fortunate there that Chukwueze didn't come onto that. Luke Shaw in the middle. It's sent out wide to Wan-Bissaka. Bruno. It's a free kick here. We have got half a chance here if we could do anything with the free kick. Wan-Bissaka fouled, and it's a good chance here to put a decent free kick on. We're probably going to look to hit this with Bruno. See if we can get someone on target. Bruno hits it. Oh, and that's unlucky. What a free kick that was. It just comes off the outside of the post. And that's very unlucky. And could have been the one that got us back in the tie. It's a great long range effort. Keeper was down to it, so I think he would have saved it anyway. But nonetheless, a good effort from Bruno to try and get us back in the game. McTominay now bursting forward. It's into Shoreshire. He's not wanting to push onto that to take it though, so we'll lose out. Here's Pau Torres. Villarreal on the attack now. Pedreza. Ball to Gerard Moreno again. Everybody just stepped off of him. Gave him all the time and space in the world to get a shot off. That's not what we're wanting in this tie. Or to try and keep our Champions League hopes alive. Bruno now into Shoreshire. Where's he going with this Shoreshire? He slips it into Ronaldo. On the turn, it's Ronaldo. He's going to get a shot off. It's an easy save for the keeper though. And time's running out in this one, making this game even harder for ourselves to take back for the second leg through in Spain. There's only 1 minute of stoppage time, and that's probably not going to be enough for us to do anything as the ball's sent forward. Look shot, long ball forward, and the whistle goes, so we are going to have to suffer the defeat. 2-1 in the first leg. Have Villarreal done enough to knock us into the Europa League and take themselves through the Champions League? We'll all find out as the episode progresses. What we'll probably do, guys, because time is dragging on, we'll maybe wait for the next episode to keep the suspense going. But we are going to look to hopefully get a couple of these deals over the line before the episode ends. I just don't want the episode to drag on too much. So looking then, we've got negotiations for Amad Diallo. Monaco are looking to take him on loan. Tahiti Chung's went out on loan. And Ethan Laird has went out on loan. So we'll have a look at the deal for Amad Diallo. So Amad Diallo's been offered a loan period of 1 year to go to Monaco, so we're going to accept that. Amad Diallo's on loan, we get 3 million added to our funds. We're in the middle of negotiating a transfer for Juan Mata to go to Bournemouth. And we're obviously just waiting back to hear of news on the transfers that we've put in. So having a look then, guys, at the offers. Amad Diallo's agreed his deal, and he's away on loan. We've got some players getting called up for the national team. And we've got the first game of the season. Like I said, we're probably just going to skip this. League opener. How are you feeling going into your first match? A strong start is key to taking the title. Obviously we're a long way away from that, but these are truer words that have been spoken. So negotiations. Carvalho's rejected our offer. He wasn't convinced we'd use him in the right role. He's interested in playing somebody who'll feature week in and week out. Graven Birch has accepted our offer. Conor Gallagher has accepted our offer. Regarding the negotiations with Bournemouth to sell Juan Mata, they're unwilling to agree to our terms, so Juan Mata is still at the club at the moment, and we've received an offer from Borussia Mönchengladbach for Martial. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go and accept terms for Conor Gallagher and Graven Birch, so they're going to be our new your squad has become too large. You can't sign any more players once your squad reaches 40. This includes players who are currently on loan, as well as those who you agreed to sign. Right, so it's not allowing me to bring anyone in at the moment because my squad's too large. So I need players to leave. What I'm probably going to do is players that I'm not really going to use, I'm probably just going to let them go. So, or actually no, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to hold off they've got these deals over the line anyway, so we'll hold off. We'll let Martial go on loan. And what we'll probably do is we'll go and I'm just going to skip the next game of the season. We'll hopefully try and get some players sold. We'll get a 1-0 victory against Leeds, which is good. Start to the season, we'll take the 1-0 victory. And what I may possibly do is just skip the Champions League playoff place. It's risky and we're already 2-1 down, so to say that we're going to pull off a victory couldn't be so certain, but I'm just wanting to try and crack on with getting some players gone. Martial's out on loan, and we've had an offer for Nemanja Matic from Crystal Palace, so having a look at that deal then. We've been offered 5 million for Nemanja Matic. He's valued at around 9 with a 7.6 release fee. So I'm probably just going to accept this. It gets another player out the door and makes room to bring players into the club. And looking at the game plan for the next game, Fred's off form, so we're probably going to have to bring Pogba in before he goes. McTominay, centre midfielder. Pogba in there. Bailly's off for him. So we're probably going to give Phil Jones a game because I'm not really feeling Harry Maguire. Raphael's off for him, so we're going to have to bring Lindelof. David De Gea's back on for him, so we'll bring him in. Rashford again could possibly depart. I'm on the fence with Rashford. I may possibly keep him depending on how much I could be offered for him, but I'm very on the fence with Rashford. That's probably the team we're going to field just now. It's probably the strongest team that we can get out at the moment with the way form is, and we'll look to go from there and see if we can pull a result. I'm just going to skip it. If we win, we're in the Champions League. If we lose, we're in the Europa League, and we'll just take it as it comes. Game has been skipped in. We'll get a 2-2 draw, which I believe... Does that put us out on aggregate? Yeah, we're out on aggregate. Villarreal will be the ones to go through in the 2-2 draw that we have. So we will be out, and we will be looking to the group stages of Europa League. De Bruyne then goes on to win a Ballon d'Or. I don't know how that's happened. I thought it would be Messi or Ronaldo or an Mbappe, but it's not. It's De Bruyne. We've had negotiations here then for some of our players. Juventus have put in an offer for Pogba. Real Betis have put in an offer for Cavani, and Matic has left the club. So Juventus are wanting Pogba back, so let's go and have a look at that. And what we'll do also while we're here is we'll get the deal over the line for Gravenberch. We'll accept that deal. He can join the club. And we'll look at the offers that we've had for these players then. So we've been offered 58 million for Paul Pogba from Juventus. He's got a release fee of 68 million, so I think that leaves a bit of room for negotiation to see if they want to take him back. And Cavani as well, I've been offered 3.9 million, which I believe I can renegotiate that for around about 5.5. We'll see if we can twist their arm with that. Pogba, the big one, he's got a 68 million release fee, so I can then negotiate this to hopefully a better deal to suit ourselves. And we'll put it to 67, and we'll see if we kind of squeeze the arms of the Juventus board and get them to splash the cash, because the more money we can receive in return, the better. pushing on then. We'll get forward. We'll probably just extend this video out a bit, and we'll look to finish this transfer window. Obviously here he comes in, Ryan Gravenberch, to join the club. He's in, he's going to sign his contract and take a seat with the chairman. He's going to be our first signing as a Man United player. Gravenberch joins the club. Two seconds, guys. So that's Gravenberch in then. He joins the club today. We've had a loan offer from West Ham for Andres Pereira, and we'll probably look to get that deal done and over the line as well. Two seconds till we find him. So Andres Pereira, a 1 year loan offer and £1 million to West Ham. We can get that deal over the line too. Again, we're just going to skip the match against Tottenham. We'll come out 4-0 victors in that one. Again, we're still 2 games, 2 wins in the league. I don't know how we're managing to do this on a simulation. I thought we'd be down in the dumps with that one. We're going into the last final day of the transfer window, deadline day. As you can see on screen, we're by the looks of it, our group stage has been drawn for Europa League, so we're going to go and have a look at that and see who's in our group stage phase. We've got Istanbul, Besiktas, Standard Liège and Sonder Jikes. Should be a very easy group for us to qualify from. That's not looking too bad in perspective of Ten Hag and the rebuild. That's probably going to be alright for us. Looking at our messages then, Juventus have agreed the terms for Paul Pogba, so Paul Pogba is most likely to join Juventus. Real Betis have responded by a counter offer for Cavani. Tottenham have put an offer in for Cristiano Ronaldo, and we'll get these deals sorted. Cristiano Ronaldo's definitely not going to Tottenham, we'll just clarify that now. They've offered us 51 million, that will be rejected. Pogba's going to go for 67 million to Juventus. Pogba's gone away back to his old club. Cavani, they've asked for 4.7, taking off just under $1 million. I'm going to accept it. It gets him out the door. It gets him away. It's another 2 players gone. Leaves room for us to bring players in. So that means that we can then get the Conor Gallagher deal over the line. Or not just now, because we need them to leave the club first. So we'll skip time. This is where it gets down to the wire, because we're running out of time to sign players. But once those 2 players depart the club, if their contracts go well, they'll be away. Last day of the transfer window then. We'll get this done and then we'll call it quits on the video, and we'll come back to episode 3 with the new team that we've basically built. Pogba's away, Cavani's away. So what we'll do is we'll get the Conor Gallagher deal over the line. Accept terms. So Conor Gallagher's now in and now a new Man United player. We've got big offers for Maguire and Brandon Williams loan deal. So negotiations then. Who's offering us for Maguire? We've been offered 35 million from Napoli. It's a very tempting offer. He's valued at 36 and he's only got a 40 million release. I'm probably going to accept that deal, and Maguire is away. I'm not going to mess about with that. We are going to need to look to go and make some more signings in with our money that we're making. Big players joining the club. Last day of the transfer window, chapter 2. They're on about a deal between Bishop and Middlesbrough, but I'm not bothered about that at the moment. Transebi, these are loan offers. I'd like to get these done, but the time it's taken, I'm going to need to just go and offer negotiations for players. I'm going to try again for Carvalho. Oh, sorry, I'm going to go for Anthony first. I'm going to try again and get Carvalho. I'll try for Anthony first. We'll give him a 3-year deal. And we'll offer him 49,000 as a contract offer. He's going to try and join the club. Do we get this deal over the line? He's open to the idea, so he's probably going to come. I'm going to quickly go for a big player, and that's going to be Vinicius Jr. I'm going to just go for it. We're going to try and splash some cash on Vinicius Jr. Going to pay his release fee. Give him a 3-year deal. And we're going to offer him 279 grand a week. So Vinicius Jr. could be our latest big signing to join the club. So he's open to the idea. We've had offers for Fred and other players. Going into the negotiations to get some of these deals done. He's wanting 30 grand more on his salary. We're going to give him it. So Vinicius joins the club. Going into the negotiations again then. See, we're just a grand short to get Anthony's deal done over the line, but we do have offers for players that we could maybe look to get out of the team. These are loan deals which I'd like to get done, but I'll maybe need to wait till the second transfer window to do that. I've been offered 14 million for Fred and 2 million for Mata. I'm probably going to look to accept that deal for Fred. Fred's away out the club. And that's probably all we're going to have time for in this episode. I don't think the Anthony deal is going to get done this transfer window, but he is probably going to be able to come in the second window. But we will look to get him done. But we did get big players in, and we got the deal with Vinicius over the line. We're probably going to call it quits there then, guys. As always, it's been a pleasure that you have joined us. We've got some big players in at the club. We've still got negotiations going on that we could be sorting. So we'll have a quick look at that before we go. Vinicius is now a Man United player. It's a great signing to bring in. We've been offered 35 million for Wan-Bissaka from Tottenham, which I may look to get that deal done also, and he'll go away in the second transfer window. I believe I could renegotiate that a bit more. Look for about 39. Juan Mata, we've been offered 3.1 million from Newcastle. We're going to accept that deal. Juan Mata will leave the club. And Brandon Williams, negotiations failed because the transfer window closed, but we could still do the deal for Transebi to Norwich. He'll go away in the second transfer window. Juan Mata away. That's closed just now. Now, regarding the Anthony deal, I don't think we can finish getting that over the line. We'll need to wait till maybe the second transfer window to get that in. But within this episode then, it's been a long one, so I do apologise. Transfer window was a bit of a pain. I just wanted to get it over and done with. Gravenberch has joined the team, Conor Gallagher has joined the team, and Vinicius Jr. has been the big signing that we've picked up in this transfer window. We've got Van de Beek, Chong, Ethan Laird, Martial and Amad Diallo out on loan. Juan Mata is going to be out on loan, and as is Dranzebi, Andres Pereira is going to be on loan to West Ham as well. So big players out on loan, we'll get them back next season. This season we've brought in Gravenberch, Vinicius Jr. and Conor Gallagher. Paul Pogba's left the club. Harry Maguire's left the club. As we'll have a look down here. Fred's left the club, Pogba's left the club, Maguire's left the club, Cavani's left the club, Matic has also left the club, and we've got a good few players on loan. So big players out and big players in. Gravenberch is in, he's joined the club. Vinicius Jr.'s in, he's joined the club, and Conor Gallagher's also in, he's joined the club. So big players joining. We're still sitting with around 195 million in budget to spend in the next transfer window if we need to strengthen this team. I'll probably maybe look to bring in Eder Militao and Antony still. And what we'll probably do is in the next episode, before we kick off our Europa League campaign and the league campaign, is we'll probably make some of these deals happen before we kick the game off. Like I said, guys, episode 3, I'm getting a bit lost for words because I've dragged this on, I do apologise. Episode 3 of the Dream Team's out. We've got a brand new striker on the Dream Team, so check that out if you haven't already. And if you haven't watched episode 1 and 2 of this Ten Hag takeover, well, sorry, episode 1, this is episode 2. If you haven't watched the first episode, go and check that out. That's well worth the watch if you haven't, and then be sure to come back and check this one out next. As always, guys, it's been a pleasure. Until next time, take care.